There are different structures here in the Philippines with similar features and architectural styles.
Have you ever realized the background story of every Art Deco structures here in the Philippines?
Let's explore
And discover the true beauty of Art Deco structures
Here
here
in
in
the
the
Philippines.
Philippines.
Here in the Philippines, there are different structures with different architectural styles. Now, one of which is the famous Art Deco. Now, what is an example of Art Deco? Well, it is this. The Metropolitan Theater. Here we are in the Metropolitan Theater, designed by architect Juan M. Arellano himself. The design was considered Art Deco because of the use of geometric shapes and symmetry, considering the shapes of arcs, circles, squares, rectangles, and even lines. The Art Deco style by Arellano was enhanced by sculptures in the facade of the theater by Italian sculptor Francesco Riccardo Monti. Its scale as the largest theater then constructed within the Philippines led the Met to be accepted as the country's first national theater, hosting cultural performances, social events, and artistic endeavors. Fun fact about this place: as a cinema palace, the Met was equipped with modern projector to show both Hollywood and local films. Disney's Mickey Mouse made his debut in the Philippines. Arellano's inspiration of designing this structure was of early Filipino art, which uses local motifs and diverse imagery of Philippines flora. As the only existing Art Deco building of its scale and integrity in Asia, the Met is culturally significant in its expression of a Philippine style of ornamentation that melds indigenous icons and Art Deco elements, creating a stylistic language that resonates with the Filipinos. The foyer featured marble floors, 2 wide stairways, and a balcony leading to the lodge seats. Some of you might be asking, is it practical to build a structure in this location? Well, it is so because it exhibits a pleasant atmosphere and ambience that showcases not only the culture and art of the Philippines, but the geographical beauty of the capital city.
Here in the Philippines, hospitality is the first thing people associate with Filipinos. Speaking of first, here we are, the First United Building. The First United Building was previously known as the Perez Samanillo Building, owned by its namesake Don Luis Perez Samanillo, who is in fact a Spanish businessman. It was among the few buildings in Escolta to survive the American bombing of Manila at the close of the World War II. The building was erected during the 1920s and was a combined architectural project of Andres Luna de San Pedro and Juan F. Nactil. These two architects designed the building with a form of style that quickly swept the Western Hemisphere during their time. In other words, Art Deco. The style Art Deco can be seen as prevalent in the building's design mainly due to its dominant geometric patterns, such as the boomerang-like chevrons, layered with spirals and lancet arcs, found on the lamp of the Perez Samanillo building in Escolta. These designs of the building have a cohesive structure which aspire to be both modern and progressive, yet at the same time, maintaining its cultural and civic structures maneuvered in the classic vocabulary of architecture. The Quezon Memorial Shrine is a monument and a national shrine that is dedicated to the former Philippine President Manuel Quezon.
and the shrine is located here in Quezon Memorial Circle, and it also houses a museum at its base. Would you guys like to come and see? Tara na!
Tara! Let's go! Did you know that Art Deco is one of the first modern style of modern architecture? It was influenced by the different movement and styles of the 20th century. An example of this is Quezon Memorial Shrine. Let's explore this place, shall we?
The monument was beautified by Amberti, an Italian architect hired by Morato. Morato's successors replaced the Italian marbles with locally sourced stones.
Now, how did this place become an example of Art Deco, you may ask? Well, that's because above the statue and the pylons are 3 Art Deco statues of angels holding Sampaguita funerary wreaths sculpted by Italian artist Francesco Riccardo Monti. Three pylons symbolizing 3 major islands of the Philippines, with a 66 meters for its height, which is also the age of Manuel L. Quezon upon his death.
Now the question is, why in a place like this? Well, that's because the site was suited enough for the construction of the shrine, because it serves as a landmark of the city's national government centers surrounding it.
Sis, alam mo ba that this entire site was supposed to be for the national capital, to house the National Congress of the Philippines, legislative, executive, and judicial. It is surrounded by the elliptical road found at the center of the Quezon City Quadrangle, which is made up of the 4 known avenues: North, East, West, and Timog Avenue.
While the site is suited enough for the construction of the shrine, it serves as the landmark of the city's national government surrounding it.
Now that we have seen these 3 Art Deco structures here in the Philippines, we must not forget our history, our people, and other several influences were the factors that contributed to its construction.
Let us take countless measures in preserving these structures, for they did not only witness our rich cultural history, but also remind us of the resiliency of the Filipinos, despite the struggles they've experienced in their lives.